Coming to you live from underneath Christopher Barrett's desk. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
Welcome to the 127th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. As every week, I am Log Power Slave, and I am joined by Mylan motherfucking Games in the house, Dog, and none other than Shit Hat Sloth. How's it going, boys? What's going
on? Do you remember the time you did that really bad intro? We made you do it again.
I'm not doing it again.
No. That was fine, but it just reminded me how shit that one time was.
Right. Yeah, people seem to not know that you're like an underground rapper in Australia. I just really wanted to bring that to the fore for an episode. Dude, you work hard at it. I want you to get your credit where it's due, you know?
My rhymes and beats will put you to sleep, literally.
Is it? Have you noticed that Sloth just got up and walked off without even saying a word?
I don't know if it's improvement from what we normally have.
What the fuck? He's got a white beanie on. Well, have you got a white? Oh no, it's like a terry toweling hat, is it?
It's because everyone was making fun of his forehead.
I mean, his forehead doesn't end. It sort of works its way around to the nape of his neck, doesn't it?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, how you doing, dudes? What's going on?
Good. All right. It's been a busy PH Dirt week. It's been a busy Bungie week. It's
all happening.
It is. I don't know why. Like, why can't my PhD be busy when there's nothing happening in Destiny? Why do all companies, regardless of industry, always busy at the same time? Pisses me off.
I don't know. Who cares?
Maybe you should send Bungie your fucking itinerary or whatever. When you're going to be your heavy studying. When you're going to be busiest with uni. I don't know why that was so hard to fucking get out. Oh my god. Yeah.
But well, I found the motivation I needed. I don't know if you saw that X Factor or whatever it was that I tweeted with.
That was good, man.
With autism that was singing.
That was fucking insanity.
It was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it sort of perfectly summarizes what we're trying to do, because I feel like I think the reason why it was so surprising is because if that guy came into your therapy, you'd be like, you wouldn't expect that he could sing, right? And so you wouldn't ask him about music or what he liked or his strengths and that kind of shit. And that's sort of where our health system's at. So that sort of put things in perspective, gave me a little bit more of a boost this week. So getting closer.
I've been watching a lot of Britain's Got Talent, and because of the new seasons on normal TV recently. And after watching that, people are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, those shows though, every single person in it has this fucking epic dramatic backstory.
This one wasn't a backstory. Okay. So this one wasn't a backstory. There was this young girl from Malta. I think she was 10 or 11 or something like that. And her natural singing voice was she belted out something akin to Susan Boyle, with that range, huge range, but in a pop type of song. And she was 10.
Yeah, I don't watch.
There was no backstory.
I don't watch shows like that because they just make me feel inadequate as a musician. Because it's like going on YouTube and watching kids.
You should feel inadequate as a musician.
I mean, I really
shit. Oh, fucking rubbish.
All right, drummer boy, calm down. But it's like going on YouTube and watching kids that can shred on guitar and they're fucking 6. And I'm like, I've been playing guitar for probably 4 times longer than you've been alive, you little fuckwit. Anyway, holy shit.
We played some raids this week too. So
since last week's episode, we did last Saturday night. We both went through the most recent 2 raids. All 3 of us did, which was fun. And then you guys did a run last night too, right?
Yeah. And
did you get anything good?
Obviously we'll get to the TWAB soon, but just seeing that, it sparked a lot of motivation for me to get pretty close to 700 now. So, man, I want that raid jacket. I know we're going to talk about it later, but can we please try to get?
I want that raid jacket too.
I also want that raid jacket. I have no idea. I'm going to probably have to knife someone to get it, or steal someone else's account or something. But the first few I looked at and I'm like, no, I'm not much for it. I could pass. This one, for whatever reason, with a giant fucking goblet on the inside of it, sign me up.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my week.
Sassi, what have you been up to?
This week, so I've been doing really short streams this week because Lindsay's been really unwell.
Good.
Lindsay's been really unwell. So I've been doing really short streams. So I got out of bronze in Overwatch, played Tarkov with Matt, did the raid last night. 2 raids last night, and we abused Matt to the nth degree, and it was fucking fantastic.
That's what happens when I'm not there. You just pick on him.
No, I feel like Log's
fuck off. You pick on him just as much as we do, you daft prick.
And the funny thing is, so one of the other guys in chat, Ascension, he is my OG clan from Destiny 1. When I met my first Destiny clan in like the tower, and I think I had some vault gear or something, and met those guys, and Ascension was part of that team. So I've known him for literally since day one of YouTube, basically. When I had like fucking 10 subscribers and was like, oh guys, I made like tell the clan, oh I made a video. And you know what, nothing's changed. Oh fuck off, cunt. Like no one wants to watch your shitty video. Except Ascension. He's always interested in the lore. He always talks to me about it. So it's funny having him in the chat because he's the only person that actually likes my videos in fucking
So essentially goes, hey Matt, I got some lore for you. Matt starts speaking and everyone's like, shut up, no one cares. Shut the fuck up, no one cares.
It's just good that we can live stream these things so that people can come in and get an idea that this isn't like a thing that we put on for the podcast. We are like this all the time.
Guys, the bullying is relentless.
Oh yeah, and
it's not put on for the podcast.
It's not targeted either. It's
you say the bullying's relentless. Motherfucker, what was that call you said to me last night? I said, yeah, I'm walking away. He goes, how you going to walk away with only one leg? And I'm going, oh, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, it was some sort of one leg joke.
Oh, anyway, we can tell raid fucking war stories a bit later on. But there's a hell of a lot to dive into. First and foremost, though, I've got a big congratulations to send out to Jugzilla, one of Ninja's old school raid crew. He had a son yesterday. I don't know the full-blown details of names and anything like that, but we want to send him our heartfelt congratulations. And he's a dad now, so he gets to use dad weapons. So I'm going to send him a blast furnace and a Jotun in the post, and he can just engage full dad mode and have a great time like the rest of us, hey?
Congrats to Jugs.
What a legend. Good on him.
Wife and son.
News just in, he's named his son Oryx. There you go.
Yeah. Chuggy said Cade 6.
No, Ed's got there first. He wins. All right. So holy shit, we've got a bit to talk our way through today.
We'll go through the TWAB. We'll go through the TWAB, and then we'll talk about what's happening on the 6th, and then from there. Yeah.
Hold on. Did you do anything interesting this week? You boring person.
It's just weird the way that this works because I always ask you guys, and then it's sort of like I never think.
We don't care about you.
No one asks you.
No one gives a shit. You know what I did while you guys were raiding last night? I prepared a bit of a backing track to take into tonight and do the first ever live Destiny parody on Twitch, which could end in a screaming heap of shit. But
Whoa.
yeah, but I want to do it this week because it's a bit of a tip of the hat to everyone that's going to try and do worlds first. Sass helped me write up a lyric set, so it had a lot of big words that I had to go in and
really
change.
Confuses me because Sass is 6'8" but has the voice of a jockey. Is quite good at Destiny, but shit at everything else. But he has musical talent. He's a fucking enigma wrapped inside of a fucking burrito.
There's people like that. I've got a friend. He's like a massive bodybuilder. He's like 6'5". And he also plays the violin and tennis. And it's fucking weird, man. Like,
seeing this dude that's built like a fridge running around a tennis court.
You're doing the wrong things, mate.
Does he also have a high-pitched voice? Like, is his return...
No.
He's got the full-blown tennis Martina Hingis return. Oh, let's not go down that line. Holy shit.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Like Chook's fucking 7'2", built like a brick shit house. He's built like a Kelvinator fridge, but he wears a skirt and jumps on the netball court.
Just gonna check the old right. Actual podcast begins at 11 minutes and 15
starts
seconds.
At
All right, here we go. Right, we're back. Good.
Okay, yeah, we can't hear the music anymore because
I'll bug up the settings.
This week at Bungie, we revealed the Season of Opulence. What began as a notion of secrets has evolved into a treasure hunt. On the journey of our creative process, we arrived at a new experience that is more about discovery than mystery. Chalice has issued an imperial summons, your invitation to plunder the vaults of aboard his Leviathan has arrived. Season of Opulence does have secrets for you to discover. Destiny always does. And then there's the video that came out. You're transitioning, you sensitive prick. Yeah, okay, Chooky. All right, no worries, mate. What does Nat think about that?
Should we do the trailer as we go through this?
You always said the transition there, didn't you, Matt?
He did.
I don't know. Did I? Maybe.
Yeah. I thought it was, man, they are, at this point, the trailers are kind of like rinse repeat on, this is the exact way to convey the appropriate amount of hype with the least amount of information in a minute and a half trailer.
Yeah, don't you think that? Yeah, they're like, you know what? We put weapons in there so people can slow it down, and be like, oh my god, and then they can play that weapon, and then we'll put a couple different enemies, and then a boss, and then wham bam. That's the trailer hype.
A gun that looks vaguely like a fucking old gun.
That's a 59-second video, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I could check, but I can't be bothered.
It's under a minute video. Yeah, 59 it's under a minute video, and I saw a Reddit thread, and a lot of people saw a Reddit thread in our little private chat of congratulations for ex-YouTuber for world's first for making a 10 minute and 2 second video on 59 seconds of fucking footage.
You laugh. I'm pretty sure I made a 20-minute video breaking down the season of Drifter or something like that.
Get out. Fucking get out.
Like
how long was your Chalice video yesterday? Was that this morning?
The Chalice video was monster. It was 22 minutes.
Wow. Capital K content right there. Holy shit.
And that was like, you can do 20 minutes like doing a trailer analysis when you're not reading off a script, but 22 minutes of reading from a script is a lot of fucking words.
It's a lot of paper.
And it was a late night read too, so I was mumbling and stumbling. It took fucking ages to record that script, and it's still shithouse.
Do it in the daytime, like you fucking said to me. On Tuesday.
I was working the whole day because it was a monster script.
This just works this hard. It takes a whole day. Nah,
because the next day's PhD work.
Hey, we can't judge the Lawmaster until we've walked a mile in his shoes. So let's just fucking.
Anyway, what were the big takeaways from the trailer that you guys saw?
I'm excited. That was the.
They
are very good at making hype trailers pretty much at this point. I think most of it is, I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen enough to get a sense of what the menagerie is, but I'm feeling that it's going to kind of be a little bit of a tilt towards something like Prison of Elders.
Yeah.
So you know, you can try and I've watched it maybe 5 times and tried to piece together what I think is different things. But, you know, there's the big ominous doorway that's out there in it at one point that sort of everyone's assuming is the start of the raid, which would be cool. But yeah, I mean, it looks the goods. it's walking the walk.
The menagerie, I think, is going to be Prison of Elders. That's going to be his Coliseum, right? And because the menagerie is like fucking a collection.
What did you just say?
Menagerie.
I fucking thought I'd get away with it.
Menagerie.
Menagenarium. Planetarium.
You know, it's a exhibition of beasts and stuff. So
yeah, it's like a collection of animals, and I think what it's going to be
a collection of animals. So it's probably going to be all of the races of Destiny captured aboard the Leviathan.
It's going to be Chalice's prison of elders.
But we only saw Vex and Hive. So do you think it's gonna be all the enemy races, or do you think it would be just the Vex and Hive?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Fallen really don't fit.
Races.
Fallen really don't fit the narrative up to this point as we know it. But still, I think, you know, he could go and just abduct them from Nessus. He's just hanging out above it, right? So
yeah, I was just about to say, like, there are Fallen on Nessus. So just going through their particular dates, roadmap, whatever it is that you want to call it. June 4, Menagerie and Crown of Sorrow raid. The June 11th, new Menagerie boss and the Truth quest. June 18th, new Menagerie boss and Iron Banner quest. June 25th, Menagerie heroic mode. July 2nd, Lumina quest.
Oh yeah, so this hand cannon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
so everyone was
the one thing the one
July
thing that
9th,
we really
Tribute
needed.
Hall and Moments of Triumph. And July 30, Solstice of Heroes. And Gambit is free to all users.
So this, what do you think of this hand cannon? This flower hand cannon.
It looks like the Malfeasance. Like it has the similar sort of things like Malfeasance.
Well, it actually has
Lumina
thorns coming out of it if you look at it really closely as well, which is why everyone was like, everyone, because it's like patent. Everyone's like, oh my God, this is rose. Like, because this is like, they're like rose petals with thorns on it. But I don't think it is rose. I don't think it's going to be the precursor to thorn, because that, like, from a lore point of view, that's done. Like, that already happened. That happened in Destiny 1. Like, that rose doesn't exist anymore. The original doesn't anyway, unless this is going to be like one of those crafting
didn't
exotic quests.
For the Thorn quest, didn't they like rebuild it? From
they rebuilt the Thorn again anyway.
Okay, but
so it could be a rebuild.
What I'm thinking is it looks like Malfeasance and Lumen is light. Lumina is some sort of astrology term, if I astronomy term, if I remember correctly.
So it's like the opposite of Malfeasance.
It's the opposite. It's the yin to the Malfeasance yang.
Yeah. So maybe it could be a replica of Rose.
Maybe. What do you reckon, Lob?
I reckon we've got enough fucking exotic hand cannons. Get something else. It's not too late. Just fuck it off.
Play the angry music.
Oh, I'm not even. Look, aside from the little bit of disappointment that came along with the like another fucking hand cannon, but it does look cool, and I just hope it does something different enough. And like, I mean, thinking back on Thorn, I don't think they made Thorn anywhere near scary enough for the gun of, you know, the good old days that fucking basically obliterated the Crucible. It was not, you know, it doesn't hit quite hard enough. So whatever this is, I hope that it gets its moment and that it's an important gun in terms of the context of the meta and everyone wants it, because I don't know, it looks cool. I don't know. I just wish it wasn't a fucking hand cannon. That's all. That's really my whole. I mean, Truth's cool. Truth's cool. We're going to be shooting stupid rockets around corners and shit again. I've missed that.
I still remember that fucking video in the Crucible where the guy blinked and it did a full 180 and came back and hit him. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah, it's nuts.
I remember watching people. You know that Sky Shock map from D1, the one with the tanks and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
I remember a dude taking tracking and just going whoop, firing backwards and just watching this thing just go. Ooh,
yeah, it was absolutely bullshit.
Anyway, Chalice would see you grow fat from strength during Season of Opulence. He will be granting players the Chalice of Opulence, which serves as a player's gateway to treasure. Players who emerge victorious in the menagerie will use the chalice to serve up an offering of runes for the weapons and the gear they choose for the selection of items available.
Why are you acting it out?
The treasure, I don't know. The treasure you find will be limited at first, but over time you'll be able to upgrade the chalice to acquire more plentiful and powerful.
Why am I even on this podcast with these fucking idiots?
Mate, I asked myself that from fucking day
every
one
week
when Sloth turned up in the back of a fucking car smoking a durry.
I was in the driver's seat, you fuck.
Oh, man, we've learned a lot. Anyway, moving on.
How does it work? Earn runes to slot your chalice through the following. Completing weekly bounties, open up the weekly chest on the new Nessus barge. Using a consumable that will reward you with a rune
What
after
is
a strike,
this
crucible,
barge?
or
I saw that too. I was like, what is
I don't
Nessus
know.
I don't know. Sounds cool. I think it's going to be
a halfway point between the Leviathan and the
might be a
Nessus
new social, maybe a new social jumping off point or something like that. Slot your runes to the chalice before you enter the menagerie. Play the menagerie to earn your rewards. Completing the menagerie will award you the gear you chose in the rune selections, and then there is a little picture in the TWAB as well. So, Log,
break it down for me, layman terms. Like what?
Log, speaking of common sense, at the start of the cast, Log actually said we called this, and then Matt agreed with him and all that sort of thing.
Oh, I don't know that we call. I think a lot of people called it, but basically, this is the extension of the easy bake oven goodness and the cooking cookies out of the dead parts of our enemies shit that we did with Eva Levante back in the was it the Dawning? Was it
the Dawning?
Shit, that
the
Dawning felt like
one.
half a year ago.
The Dawning part one.
Anyway, so
eat our friends.
This is. I think it's proof that Bungie subtly tests things out in the game, in the live model, and let us kind of look at the systems. And, you know, it was a halfway step to this. This is basically that, but you are able to craft specific gear and chase specific, and not just like, oh, I want the legs and get whatever random roll. Like it alludes to later on that you can basically target a specific masterwork on a gun that you could be pursuing. It seems very in-depth. It seems like it's going to be one of those things that the community will have to, in the first few hours, probably knowing the Destiny community, we figure shit out pretty quick, but the first few hours or days maybe, that we'll be sort of experimenting with what combination rewards with what, and it'll, you know, there's going to be great tools out there that, you know, people are going to build to be able to decipher what we can make.
I think we've got some more explanation, but let me just like try to get my head around how this works. So you do the activities, you get these runes, you're gonna have a cup in your inventory like you had the easy bake oven. You open that up.
It's a chalice, Matt. Don't fucking sell it short. It's a chalice.
This is like, do you remember when everyone used to call like cup the symbol rather than chalice? It's not a cup, it's a chalice.
Yeah.
Anyway, you put the runes in the chalice, but the runes dictate what actual gear you receive from the, I don't even want to say menagerie.
From what gear you get from the menagenarium.
The imaginarium.
Menagenarium.
Menagerie.
Okay, this is what's happening. Sometimes this happens to me when I'm doing a script and I can't get my tongue to say, and I'll sit there going, exactly, menagerie. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like,
I do the same thing, but I'm singing. So fuck. Well, anyway, everyone. We can rest assured that the next piece of content popping up on Mylan Games, the channel, is not about the menagenarium.
No, he'll be saying every time he'll go, and we're delving into that, and then it hard cuts to like you or I saying menagerie, and then hard cuts back to him.
Menagerie. I'll record it for you, Matt.
While we're entering the menagerie.
Menagerie. I can't say
The
all right,
Menagenarium, the margarine.
Let's dive in. But this is, I'll tell you what, the one thing about this going forward, I think I am going to have to get myself some kind of chalice to be holding while I fucking.
Mate, if they're not selling that, they're missing out. They need to be like on the products page selling some chalices.
No, shut the fuck up.
What?
We'll get one of our friends to make one, and we'll sell it as podcast merchandise.
Oh,
I don't know. That sounds like it would require organisation skills, and we don't do that real well.
It's upgradable. You have a host of new triumphs and bounties to complete that will reward a new currency be called Imperials. Excuse me. Using these Imperials, you can upgrade your chalice to acquire a variety of perks with a wide range of effects, from giving you the more powerful rewards each week, allowing you to choose a specific gun and masterwork stat you get from the menagerie. Mate, that's pretty cool.
I know.
I like that.
This is sort of like
that's
an improvement on the Reckoning. Oh, it sort of is sort of Reckoning style, how it sort of ramps up, right?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like an evolving system of it's an evolving crafting system.
What's that pistol that everyone's after in Reckoning, and no one, well, fucking like 2% of the people who have played it,
spare
Reckoning can actually get it? Spare rations or something?
Is that
like
it?
So?
Yeah.
This I can see people farming the hell out of this. So that's kind of cool.
It gives a lot of control to the player, and I think
that's a knife edge.
RNG
that's a knife edge.
and giving control to the player, and I think if you can balance RNG and giving control to the player, like this will be a hit. If it's just enough so you can at least get something close to what you want, but it keeps you playing as well.
I think it, like, just judging from what I've read so far, and the example that they use of I think it's a sniper rifle with a handling masterwork. I think you can pick your masterwork, but I don't think you can pick the actual roles. Like you can pick the gun. You can pick. So it's kind of like a combination of both the forge, where you could go in and know what gun you were going to get out of it. You know, you could grind for blast furnaces. The evolving system of the, what's it called?
Easy bake oven.
Yeah, well, the easy bake oven and the Reckoning sort of evolving each week, and you can do more with it as it goes along. Dude, now that we think about it, every part of this system has been tested in the lead up to this.
I think so.
And then you've got snipers and all that sort of thing as well. The Pinnacle weapons, the Vanguard Wendigo GL3 Arc Adaptive Grenade Launcher, which the unique perk is Explosive Light, picking up an orb of light that increases the next grenade's blast radius and damage. I wonder if there's a cap for Explosive Light.
I think there's going to have to be, because you have to pick up the orb, and if your super's full, you can't pick up an orb. So then what? You burn your super.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen people commenting about this gun? Like, I can't see.
A few people have.
I think if the three of them, it's the one that's fallen through the cracks in the floorboards, because the next two are have the capacity to be pretty batshit if they are what they are.
A lot of people are sort of iffy on even on this. The Crucible Pinnacle weapon, the Revoker. Unique perk is Reversal of Fortune. Missing a shot returns the bullet to the magazine after the short duration. Interesting. So acquiring the Revoker, a lot of people are confused about this. Well, some people that I've spoken to are confused on this. Acquiring the Revoker will not require reaching Fabled rank in competitive. It's not the same as Mountaintop. It's not the same as Recluse. Once you hit you step into Crucible, and it's a separate point.
It's just earning glory points. Like there is no punishment for if you lose it. So you've got to get to 3,500 glory points totally earned. So you could be the shittest of the shit, and if you were willing to get in there and just keep trying and get your occasional wins or whatever, you will eventually get it. And to be honest, I understand that a lot of the top tier people are kind of pissy about it, but I think it's a great move because it encourages people to go and play fucking comp. And the more people in comp, the healthier comp is.
Be interesting to see how many AFK farms there are in there.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to get carried to a win to make any progress.
They need to get a win to make progress. You don't
get any glory points for not winning.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you would lose.
I've literally never played competitive.
Actually, you have. You played it in the beta. Remember when we
played it in the beta?
We absolutely smashed everyone. And it was, I don't know what was going on. There was obviously some kind of
we
matchmaking
all had
issue.
Mitre multi-tool.
True.
No. Hush is so the Gambit Pinnacle weapon, Hush, a solar precision combat bow. This is kind of cool. The unique perk is Archer's Gambit. Hipfire precision hits. Hipfire precision hits grant a massive draw speed bonus for a short duration. So if you can hit multiple precision shots, you can basically be Hanzo with his Storm Arrow from Overwatch and just be like.
I'm just gonna say, I don't know. I feel like these Pinnacle weapons are a bit lackluster.
They read as lackluster.
Do you think this is all part of everything's being because the exotics are being toned down too, right? So it's like,
yeah, look,
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that for them to have a viable long-term space without being nerfed next season, I think they need to kind of like, man, Recluse is batshit. It is a nearly no-brain selection at this point. It's a legendary. It should be a fucking like that gun could comfortably be an exotic because the second you get a kill with any other gun or the damage on it ramps so ridiculously that you can just smash things. It's worth struggling through comp for even next season. And go and do it. But it is. I think. I will agree. I mean, it depends.
On paper, they seem a bit average, but you know. Depends. This explosive light could be fucking menacing, you know, and maybe it's huge, you know, and you can,
maybe it gives you like 150% bonus on explosive radius or something like that.
My issue with explosive light is that it requires your teammates to be generating orbs, and if they're not using masterwork weapons, only doing it once with your super, you're just not using it very often.
Yeah, so true. I completely forgot about the orbs off Masterworks. I was only sort of thinking about that in the vein of the super, but it'll be interesting.
Well, I mean, how often do we, as the three of us, solo PvE activities?
I do it all the time.
And you don't solo Crucible, not like there's always other people making orbs, yeah?
True. Kind of. I mean, if you got the Masterwork weapons, yeah.
And then Chucky actually come in as well. Everyone thought Mountaintop and Recluse were lackluster, and they're awesome. I remember people complaining about Mountaintop straight off the bat, like when it first made an appearance. I haven't seen many people complain about Recluse, but Mountaintop, Did
people criticize Mountaintop because isn't that the freaking mini rocket launcher? I think people were like, oh yeah, that's what this game needs. They were like, fuck this, it's gonna be mental. I don't know if people thought Mountaintop was gonna be.
It was pretty rude.
But no, well, like they read as lackluster, but he's hoping that they're not. I mean, the break. I mean, what was the Gambit auto? Breakneck. I haven't used Breakneck since I've got it. I'd just rather use a hand cannon.
I don't dislike it. It was okay, but it's an auto rifle, and I think that's where the buck stops.
Yeah.
If auto rifles all of a sudden became fucking, like we moved back to a meta similar to something like back in the what was the old Trials auto that was the absolute bullet hose, Doctrine of Passing, something like that. That gun. Yeah. If we move towards a meta like that gun will be fucking ridiculous. But I don't know. I mean, they're ones to go and earn. They're a carrot on the end of a stick. I don't think they're going to make or break your game if the Pinnacle weapons aren't brilliant. But you know,
I think the bow will probably the bow. Some people will use to. But the bow some people will use, but I think the bow is also going to be one of those weapons that people use it. The people who do use it and practice with it are going to be either gods with it, or they're just going to make meme videos for it.
Yeah,
it's a content weapon.
I think the bow would just be like fun to use in a strike mission. Like I think it would just be cool to run around with them because I just don't really use bows because they're a bit shit. So
I like using bows. I got the masterworked. got the Masterworked raid bow last night from Last Wish, and that thing is fun. It's fun.
Nice.
But one of the other weapons come up in the past is Loaded Question, and with the non-exotic fusion rifle buff upcoming, oh boy, that's going to be a whole different kettle of fish once this buff hits. Damage increased against PvE combatants. High impact reserves increased by 30%. Precision increased by 44%. Adaptive increased by 44%. And rapid fire increased by 47%. While some of the exotic fusion rifles, Telesto, Jotun, and Merciless did receive minor adjustments due to inheriting from their legendary counterparts, their minor increases under 5% each. So yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting for the Loaded Question.
But
I reckon
they're
it's going to be
saying
quite
that
good.
the Jotun is going to be even stronger.
Yeah, well, that's a thing.
They got to do something about that fucking gun, man.
The real treat in rapid fire fusions are ones with backup plan. Fusion rifles with the role of backup plan, I believe, because backup plan you can whip it out and you're firing within half a second. Whip it out and fire within half a second. It's sex life in a nutshell.
What was the one? What's the one from D1 that used to just empty the whole clip in like 4 seconds?
Plan C.
Like,
Plan C.
Was it Plan C?
Yeah.
God, that was fun. That gun. What was the other one? What was the Vex one? It was Plan C and
Pocket Infinity.
Pocket
Infinity,
Pocket Infinity is what I'm talking about. What was the difference between Plan C and Pocket Infinity?
I don't know.
Pocket
Fusion
Infinity.
rifles. I didn't use either of them.
Plan C fired everything. Pocket Infinity fired quickly, I believe.
Can't remember.
All
Anyway.
right.
Okay.
Moving on.
And then Sturm and Drang.
I like this. This makes me happy.
This is a good. Plan C was instant fire on draw. That's right. Storm and Stress mag overcharge rounds increased to 99%. To increase to 99 rather. Sturm overcharge buff text now displays the number of overcharge rounds, and the overcharge damage is increased by 100% in PvE.
I'm gonna be fucking savage.
Oh my lord! Sturm and Drang were weapons that lost a bit of their place in PvE once Forsaken hit. Not being able to carry around a special weapon hurts your output, so Sturm fell to the wayside with these changes, along with a new version of Drang coming out in Season of Opulence. We hoped it has some time to shine again.
You can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be, Crown of Sorrow raid boss with fucking
Sturm and Drang
golden guns, but not the Hunter golden gun, 007 golden gun.
It's fucking Megatron. It is Megatron. That's what it looks like. Megatron in gun.
Oh really?
form.
I instantly thought of the golden.
It looks like the man with the golden gun from Scaramanga from Man with the Golden Gun. Yeah. And then some sword changes. Ammo capacity increased to a max of 70. Starting ammo increased by 10. The Black Talon ground and aerial projectile ammo cost increased from 3 to 4. Adaptive frame swords ground uppercut ammo increased from 3 to 4. Ammo cost rather increased from 3 to 4. Aggressive frame now lunge at a target with their aerial light attack. Light attack consolidated into a single damage event. Slam attack consolidated into a single damage event. And slam attack ammo cost increased from 3 to 4. A lightweight frame, damage tuning, a whole bunch of percentages that I really don't want to read. Go into the top and read that. And swords are getting a buff.
Swords are getting better. We probably could have summarized that by saying that. There's actually a really nice picture of some swords in there as well. So if you need any more inspiration.
Been in a weird position. They never reach their like.
I like swords. I like them, but they're just no good.
I don't feel like they've reached what they felt like when there was the 3 exotic swords, when it was Dark
D1.
Drinker. Raise light.
And I don't think they'll ever reach that again, honestly.
Yeah, because Axis was just fucking Dark Drinker on spin to win. That was the whole strategy.
Spin to
win.
win.
I felt like they were. I don't know if balanced the right word, but I felt like you picked them up and you just felt uber powerful with them, and they were just cool to go around and just absolutely
the frisbee.
obliterate everything.
Even Boltcaster, even the frisbee was fun to use.
Yeah,
The thing about them,
cool.
the thing about them is that they're always going to be really, really hard to find a good spot for. Because especially in PvP, like when you consider the fact that there's fucking shotguns and like all these weapons that can kill you in the range just before you get into sword range. I think
I tell you,
I think that's just,
I've been using swords in PvP and I've got some great hate. I turned hate mail back on.
The hate mail setting in Destiny.
I turned the hate mail setting back on, and I've gotten some fantastic hate mail from people.
I heard our good friend Nicamic give you some verbal hate mail the other night because you picked up the heavy and he was trying to do his mountaintop quest or whatever. And he's just lost picked it up with a sword. He's like, "What the fuck with a fucking sword?
What the fuck are you doing, Sloth? Stop it!"
Yeah.
And then June 4th, 6 hours after the Season of Opulence drops, so 3 a.m. in Australia, Eastern Standard Time. And then 9 a.m. in Australia, Eastern Standard Time, rather. Crown of Sorrows, ready to go, locked and loaded. You have to do the quest first.
Yeah.
Just do it.
The raid is fast approaching. Approaching. I'm
giving you my list.
You are not allowed to speak. It's this raid is very muchly on the level. It's very muchly on the level.
We can go. I think we can just go through because really the only thing that it touches on here, there's no new real information, but there is a picture of the belt. And it looks rad.
That's fantastic.
And then there is the picture of the first 24-hour emblem, and it also looks fucking rad.
Which by the way, looks like a cross between Hive and Vex. So confirmed.
Yeah, right. It is. It's very similar to the old
Hive,
Crota
Vex,
symbol,
and
right?
Cabal.
It's a heap similar to Crota symbol. Anyway,
like the pattern reminds me of like a Vex Hydra, but it's in Hive colors.
Well, it's in Hive colors.
I wonder what Vex Hydras we have that are captured by the Hive.
South Korea,
Blade Transform.
North Korea, Blade Transform.
Hey, by the way, did you see the name of it?
No, I didn't.
Heavy is the crown. Remember my little theory about he's gonna crown the pinnacle. Like he's gonna crown whoever's strongest. Heavy is the crown. You're gonna be crowned by Chalice.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I mean, in the fullness of time, we'll know, Matt.
All right, I expect Sloth to shut up, man.
No, he seems to be in a nice mood. But the jacket, we've all decided we want the jacket, which is funny because
I want the jacket.
Every other time there has been a jacket, we've been like, I'm not sold on the jacket.
Yeah, no, that's really not true. I just knew there was no hope of me getting it, but I feel like the playing field's been so leveled. I feel like if we watch how to do it, I feel like we could probably do it in a week.
Oh, I'll be in Discord. Like, Log, you're taking Monday off, Tuesday off, Wednesday off, aren't you? Didn't you say that you were?
Yeah. I managed to jag it.
I mean, I'm going to be hanging out in.
I'll be
hanging out in my Discord, watching people go through it because it's just going to be fun. I really want to see where people end up.
Yeah, I'm
not to be super cynical, and I don't think this is what they did, but it's going to play out brilliant for them. By leveling the playing field, I guarantee they sell a fucking shit ton more jackets.
That's Bungie's long-term strategy to keep them afloat. Jackets. No jackets, more Eververse, just jackets. How many jackets you got, mate?
It's a cool looking jacket.
It is.
It's a fucking cool looking jacket.
Like I said, like super cynical side, playing devil's advocate. But I don't even think that's what they thought of. But I guarantee when they look at the numbers, they'll be like, fuck, we probably didn't realize how many more jackets we were going to sell.
God damn it. We're at jacket capacity.
Remember fucking Fallout 76? They had a canvas shortage.
Oh,
Oh,
stop
wow.
it!
Let's not
Stop it!
Let's not sully.
imagine
Let's
if we
not
got, like,
sully
a
this
shitty
good
jacket?
podcast with that shitty game.
Can you imagine if like it doesn't look anything like that? It's like this plasticky jacket.
Just a Hessian bag with a fucking goblet on it.
I tell you what though, even the shirts look pretty good. Like they've got singlets there, and they've got.
I could wear that
t-shirts there.
shirt. That
Yeah.
shirt is black, and I mean, too many sleeves for me personally, but it's a nice shirt.
Oh, just cut it off and then
I might just get the
fucking
ladies
edges.
one and just commit.
I mean,
commit
your
a
boobs are
crime.
big enough. Mm.
Wow. Fucking hell.
Wow.
Body shaming.
I mean,
Mate.
yeah, so am I, so it's all right.
Mm.
If you want to go through the patch notes log, I'm going to stand up and have a coffee.
Not really.
Are you ready to read? Are you ready to read with log?
Yeah,
Here's where I get my
reading.
revenge.
Power slave. Da, da, da.
Next season of Opulence will go live. Update 2.5.0 is the ship carrying it to your platform of choice. We wanted to take this final moment to give you one last preview of some of the changes you can expect to see in the full patch notes on June 4th. They fixed an issue where the heroic version of 0 Hour could only be available on the first character to complete the activity on each account. Fair enough. I didn't even know that was an issue, but I'm glad they fixed it. This is a big one. The luxurious toast emote now allows players to sit for as long as they desire.
Well, that was a good Chalice voice.
Yeah. Desire.
That's
Yeah, right.
that's solid.
There you go. Hidden
Solid.
So
talent.
did you
I'll pay
guys
that.
see the tweet from who was it? One of the Bungie devs. Did you see? Was it Scott? Who was
Maybe.
like basically tweeted this out. Was like some things are easy to complete and some things are hard. This was actually way harder than you think to make happen.
Yeah, I mean, that
This
always
was one of
seems
the
to be
hard
the...
things.
Like, remember the old story of the heavy ammo economy in Destiny 1, where it was like, it is incredibly hard to change. And it's just change the
can't
fucking
work-
numbers. We can't.
We can't work it out.
No, we will
that's,
not.
That's game development in a nutshell, isn't it? Like the easy stuff is that what seems to be easy is exceedingly overly difficult. But the what seems to be overly difficult is just a false to true and a 0 to 1.
Yeah, it's insane. Players can no longer win Crucible matches by getting kills after the timer has expired. Thank fuck, that was annoying. The amount of times I've lost after the buzzer. It's weird. It was always a weird kind of occurrence. Fixed an issue where the action for applying shaders, ornaments, holograms, or using consumables was getting cancelled and not applying on the first attempt. Now, if you were around for the revelry, you will fucking know what that was like because it was appalling. It was so hard to get that thing to apply. There are still actions that will cancel the apply function, such as hitting the preview button, exiting inventory early, letting up on the apply button too early, or completely moving the cursor off the item being applied. So literally anything that sounds like it would fuck it up will fuck it up.
Yeah.
Players with multiple Radiant Matrix materials in their inventory will now have them removed when returning to Ada 1 on the appropriate weapon frame quest step. So... okay, that's cool. That's eliminated that little annoyance. If players have Radiant Matrix materials sitting with the postmaster, they will need to pull them out before speaking to Ada 1. Cool. All right.
Did you have to do the weird voice? Did you have to do that?
What weird
pull them
voice?
out?
Pull them. Yeah, sorry.
You had to
You
pull
know
them
me.
out. I mean, the only thing that should have been pulled out is you, but that's beside.
3 out of 10 call there, Sloth. Do you mind if I just
Yeah,
get
I
back to
know.
the professionalism of reading out the patch notes to the people,
Yeah.
mate?
Shut the fuck
Fuck.
up.
We're doing fucking fine without you, mate.
Yeah. All
Do you
right.
want me to take over?
You can,
Oh,
Matt. If
Matt?
you would like to flex.
Reading with Matt. Reading with Matt.
You didn't
Hopefully
do
there's no
your
menagerie,
stream
Matt.
this morning.
Oh no, I've already checked. There's no menagerie.
You fucking...
Dude, I can't say it. Anyway, Hot Pursuit is another upgrade coming with the season of Opulence with the Pursuits tab. So it's being moved
like
from
this.
your inventory to the director. With this update, you'll be able to switch between pursuits and the director overview in one move. With the objectives displayed in the new tab, it should be easier than ever for you to plan your gameplay session and knock out some bounties more efficiently. We also added some filters to give you a quest-only, bounties-only view, so you can separate limited-time pursuits from long-term pursuits. We'll also increase the pursuit's inventory size from 50 to 63 to give you more room to hoard some bounties.
63? Why 63? Like, it seems like an oddly. Hang on.
Oh,
look at the
it's
grid.
got to
1,
be
2,
some
3,
fucking coding thing that
1,
they're
2,
like, dude.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's just to do with the size of the squares on the thing. It's to make it look pretty.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, good.
So
It made
what,
the squares look pretty Gibson.
So in your director, okay, it's going to be a pursuits tab in your director now.
Yeah,
rather
so
than
it's just off from, where you normally look at your map. It's another, left
fine.
click. I think it's honestly it's a more common sense place for it to be, given that as it stands now,
Inventory.
like you need to go into your inventory and dig around and scuffle around and look at all this crap. So good. I like it.
Yeah, it's good change.
What are
Good
you
quality of
smirking
life
about?
change. Well done.
What are you smirking about? Matt's smirking. I can see him smirking.
Oh, because I'm looking at people in the chat saying Matt's imaginary friend is stopping him from saying it. That's what I'm fucking smirking about, because now chat's jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, well, speaking of chat,
just for reference.
Speaking of chat, we will we'll open up the chat now. And if there's anything you want to discuss about the upcoming season of Opulence and all of that, we're going to jump into. I mean, there's not a lot of information that came with it, but there was also the announcement that there's going to be an announcement on the 6th.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so.
This has got
This
me
is so
more
cool.
fired up than literally season of Opulence. I don't know. I just love the.
This is so.
Are you guys
cool.
going to
So,
get up to watch it? Are you going to get up?
I'll be awake. Yeah, I'll be awake. I'll be watching it.
Probably not.
I wouldn't mind getting up watching it live.
There's one thing I love more than Destiny. That's sleep. No,
But
that's a lie.
No, it's so on the 6th of June, ladies and gentlemen, there is a Bungie live stream, twitch.tv/Bungie. And they're talking about what Destiny is going to look like post Activision.
Basically.
Post September. Basically. Which is really exciting. It's really, really exciting.
What's the game conference on?
E3.
Is this at E3?
No.
Is that the day?
It's
at
before
Bungie,
E3.
Bungie Studios.
It's just before it.
Because
I mean,
I
very
saw
interesting
someone
timing.
tweet that they're going to be interviewing Bungie, and they used this link, and they used the June 6th, and he was like an E3 dude. And I got confused, and I was like, "Oh wait, is this like a
dude?"
I think
Well,
what's
he was-
happening. I think what's happening is that when E3 is on and there's so much fucking gaming news going on all at once, to be actually revealing something like it is a big stage. Don't get me wrong, but I think what Bungie's trying to do is get just that little bit ahead of it. Like they're going to talk to us, talk to the community, and then take the big stage at E3 to further elaborate rather than announce entirely. I've got no doubt
this
that
is
it
the
was.
guy. Thank you, chat. Who was that? Zane 445. Jeff Niley, producer,
Jeff
creator. Keeley.
Keeley.
Sorry, yeah. The Game Awards E3 Coliseum is going to be interviewing. I'm sitting down with Bungie during the E3 Coliseum for a panel titled "The Future of Bungie Destiny 2."
Wow.
Oh wait, but that's June 11.
Yeah.
But-
It's mid
but
E3.
then-
So they'll do the
But
they'll do the tweet.
Oh, okay.
So they'll do the stream, and then they might have some people at E3. I didn't think that Bungie were making an appearance at E3 this year, so that's really good. That's nice.
Yeah,
They
I got
turn up
confused
the
'cause
last place you'd expect. Guess what? We're there.
He retweeted the June 6th one, so I actually didn't read that properly when he said June 11th. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't read, you can't speak. We know this.
How
I
I have a
think
YouTube
we-
channel was fucking,
I think we both did really well, Matt, and I'm really just taking this opportunity to give myself a pat on the back because I didn't fuck anything up. I think we did well.
I can't even speculate on what's going to happen.
I think that's the
Post-September.
best. I think that's the best part about it. You know how rabid this community is, that people are looking at the fucking background image of this, and they're like,
I had
"It's the
people
fucking,
saying
it's the
orange
fucking
and stuff.
director from D1 that haven't used this fucking this what, I don't know, whatever, this render or whatever the fuck you want to call it, since D1. Why is it coming back now? Maybe it is incredibly relevant. Maybe
I
it
can
is
tell
just,
you why, because they just said to the fucking person in the art department, "Oh, can you make us a really cryptic and just plain text?" And rather than use just a black background, they just used assets they already had.
Exactly.
Question from our friend Grindhead Jim. How you going, Jim? How you going?
Hey, Jim.
Do you think there's any correlation to what Luke Smith has quoted from Vogue when referencing the future of D2? I actually asked him to get the quote. A couple of months ago, Luke Smith quoted the line of the Volta Glass law from D1 in the TWAB. This was his quote. When I look ahead and think about the future of Destiny and where it could go, I see a bright future with roots in a memorable past. Not everything has been lost in the dark corners of time.
I don't think so. I think it was just
I think it's a convenient place to put a nod back to it. I don't think there's anything more.
It was just a head nod, I think, to the OG.
I don't think there's anything more in that than when the announcement with the split with Activision, his tweet was just Guardians make their own fate. I think that he's the kind of bloke who absolutely loves to be able to do that kind of thing, and give him the platform to do it, and he will. So I don't know. I'm not reading into it. I don't know. I mean, fuck, if they bring stuff back, that'd be great, but it's going to be an interesting proposition for kind of how to manage it. But I honestly have no idea. I know what I would like to see in it, but I think that's really all anyone's got at the moment. It's going to be a hell of a week next week. Fucking hell.
It's going to be a big week next week. Get your notepads out. Osiris and Aaron Moore, Eros Pronvids confirmed. Okay, sure. All right, mate. Just fucking.
He needs to
have a cold shower.
Have a Bex and a lie down. What were you going to say, Matt?
But, sorry. Have you guys got a public holiday on Monday?
No, that's just a weird Western Australian thing.
I have a public holiday every day.
I've got a public holiday the Monday after next.
Monday after next. Okay.
But it's
just to fuck us up. It would have been good.
If you guys in the chat, in the live chat, have any questions or anything or theories you want to send at us, just let us know. But like I said, the future of Destiny, it could be anything. It could be anything, and that's exciting. I don't think they're going to go too weird and wonderful with it all, but it's exciting. And
yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm excited because I've invested. We all have really with the podcast, but also with my YouTube channel. There's a lot of investment in the brand of Destiny. So I hope whatever they have to say is good. It's not like we're gonna go.
I don't think they ever make an announcement that's bad. But I think the one thing that we can really take out of it, reading between the lines, is that Destiny 3 isn't this year, because it says what we have in store for the next year of Destiny 2. So
next chapter,
I don't know. I think we're.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, next chapter of Destiny 2. Yeah.
I think we're a year at least off seeing any kind of. I don't know. Honestly, I
don't think it's a year off. I honestly don't think it's a year off. I think we could be seeing something very, very soon as 2020. As soon as 2020. This was the thing as well. So Damage threw out some fucking shade this week on Twitter.
He's been on fire.
So he's been on fire. Now, this is a question from TX Tree. Thank you, mate, and thank you for the biddies today as well. Just wanted to get your take. Love you guys. Just wanted to get your take on what bounties are safe to keep. I seem to remember, now don't take this as gospel because I have a memory that is like a fucking sieve. But I seem to remember that any and all bounties will be locked at 700. Yes, you can hand in bounties and get the Ikora prime engram, like the 20 bounties straight off the bat.
Yeah.
And get the prime engram post Season of Opulence reset. But none of the bounties will be giving you any sort of gear that is anything further than 700 power
before season.
Like any bounty picked up before Season of Opulence and then handed in after the fact, it will only give you 700 gear. And
Yeah, I mean, that was always
that
my
was in a
understanding
TWAB
of it.
about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, if you're going to play it that way, I mean, you're safe to keep them all, really, but they're just not going to do anything for you. Like, they're not going to, you're not going to cut any corners doing it. And I think I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think that you'll be able to get the Ikora bounty, I suppose, but that's really about it.
And I mean, you can also get like hand in your Gambit bounties and get your Gambit rank up quickly, and your Crucible rank up and all that sort of thing. But anyway, another thing. Words. I legitimately just forgot what I was saying. That's fine. It's fine. What are you guys' thoughts on the return of Peregrine Greaves, Kepler Sting, and Astrocyte verse? Peregrine Greaves, fantastic. The other two,
what are they going to do, man? Like, I don't know. I mean, I know that just solely because of Rick's video, I fucking love. I love Peregrine Greaves. I mean,
Texas,
because Texas, he will live on tubes. It's fucking horrible. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to make them like super unique enough to, like, I mean, a shoulder charge is a one-hit kill in the Crucible anyway. So what do they get? How much damage? Because that was it. It was an airborne shoulder charge, does heaps more damage. So I think for
it
PvE,
might be for PvE.
It might be
more
rad,
than
but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how much damage that really does. See if it's worth it.
I'm just having a look at this Warlock helmet. I think it increases the recharge of Blink. So,
yeah.
Wow, more annoying Warlocks.
You can rank up with if you use your Gambit bounties to rank up, it'll screw your Gambit powerful when you switch over. It'll only be locked up. That's my take on it. That's how I read it.
I saw something about the Gambit bounties. What was it?
Yeah.
It locks it for that. It locks that reset, right, to the 700
It
level.
locks that reset to 700. That's my take. That's how I understood that personally. But that's neither here nor there.
I think just get in and spend them all. Smoke them if you got them, and just, before the reset,
legitimately,
just get it done, get it out of the way, don't have anything hanging over, and then bust your ass once you get into the new content.
I mean, unless you're like really got a full team training for Worlds First, I don't know if you need to. If I was Cathalion, I'll be fucking paying attention to this kind of shit. But I don't know. I don't feel like unless you're really going for the Worlds First. And in that case, like, I don't have nothing against you either. I think it's cool with people I saw some people getting shit for like taking it really seriously and looking at what they should hand in and what they shouldn't. I'm like, mate, let them fucking enjoy the game.
Yeah. Let people take it seriously.
They're not fucking hurting anyone. And on a side note, they were sort of getting shit from streamers like, fuck you. Twitch is what made this happen. Like, the reason why there's such interest into it is because there's fucking 50,000 people watching people play games trying to do the raids first. So like, if the fucking everyday Joe wants to like make their time efficient, then good on them.
But with that as well is that a lot of people are passing out misinformation, and I saw in response to Damage's tweets, I saw a few people go, "Oh, this is bullshit, Dylan. This is bullshit, Damage. You should have told this about it 3 weeks ago." It's not his fault that you don't read the TWAB. It's not his fault that you don't come to a really easily digestible podcast such as, I don't know, PD, DCP, another one, it's got 3 Australians on it. I can't remember the name of it. But it's
Fuckwits Down Under.
Yeah. There's a lot of misinformation going around, and people haven't done their homework, but they have a platform that they can say, "Oh, this is what's happening."
I mean, to be completely fair to those people, no one really knew about the impact that cashing in bounties after reset would have on the level of gear that you got out of like Gambit rank resets and stuff like that. So there's like a tiny bit of a valid complaint there, but it's basically lost in the fact of you just happen to whinge at that point. How dare you? You've wasted my time.
How dare you?
Well, fuck off. That's really it. It's, like there are quests specifically designed to increase your power level when you get into Season of Opulence, and that's probably what you should be focusing on first, not eking out the tiny bit of advantage you can by carrying over bounties. So I don't know. The whole purpose of the changes is to level the playing field. So, I mean, don't complain when it gets leveled. That's it.
As far as I could tell from watching the last couple of podcasts, not played D2 anymore from meat.
It's just me, mate. Just on my own. We can do that now. We're into talking to chat. We can share war stories from last weekend, and you can talk about what you. Because I mean, I had a bit of a dream run that I want to just rub in everyone's face of just getting incredibly good loot.
Do you think the old Leviathan armor mods will work in the new raid from Nara? No, just because they're not individual mods, they're actually tied to the armor piece. They're not individual mods.
But if you were wearing them, would they? I mean, is it on the Leviathan? Right, that's where the perks apply, isn't it?
Well, they applied with the previous raid, so I mean, technically they should. I don't know if they will.
They should. I mean, if you want to level up that busted ugly fucking onion knight armor, go for it. Yeah.
Fucking hell, man! That scarab beetle shit. That was no good.
I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Last Saturday, Log had a dream run in the raids that we got, the raids that we did, and I just want to tell him. I told him that night, but I want to tell him on the podcast, go fuck yourself. You're an asshole. I hope you get no loot ever again. I got a God roll supremacy, another fucking 1K voices. I can't remember what else you got. Did you get the curated threat level?
I already had that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got that last night, and Nick was like, "Fuck off, sloth."
I got the curated Nation of Beasts, 666, the Nation of the Beast. Yeah. I don't know. It was one of those things where like I was that fucking guy. Like in D1, it was always. Remember when Chintzy used to always get fucking good drops, and he had about 15 fucking Fate Bringers drop before anyone else even got one, and everyone just hated him.
Yeah. It's funny how it just seems to be one person. You know, it's always like that. I don't know.
And it got to the point where everyone was like, "Fuck him! I'm not even asking him to do the raid. He'll just get the fucking thing again." It was like there was only one to go around, and he always got it. So I don't know. I did feel a little bit bad, but then Sloth started carrying on and abusing me, so I felt great because I knew that I'd won, and there was nothing that he could do about it. But I am absolutely fucking useless with that sniper rifle. I am shit. I have not sniped in D2 at all, really. So if I'm going to get that skill even remotely back that I had in D1, I'm going to need to do a hell of a lot of work. Actually, while we're talking about that, on that note, Sass through the week started doing gameplay reviews of people's Crucible gameplays. Basically, what he's doing is going through and watching your games and giving pointers and stuff. He started with my gameplay, which is about as bottom of the barrel as you can get. And he did, two episodes. I'll share the link in the notes on the YouTube episode and on the thing, so you can jump in. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a solid resource. I mean, for me to be able to go and get sort of tips and shit specific to what I do. It was unreal. So
what were you doing wrong apart from just being in the Crucible?
Mostly everything. No, there are things that I actually do all right. Like my flanking and things that like on a large level, I don't think that bad, but it's kind of like I always put myself in shit positions and panic. And then when I panic, I just turn into an ape and run at people. It's basically just play smarter, not harder. That and just always having an objective, like always looking at the radar and working out where the next objective actually is, rather than sort of being like, I'm in no man's land here and I might just hang out for a minute because I'm not really sure what's fucking happening. It's a lot of game awareness stuff, and I think like there's definitely lessons that anyone can learn from that. Even if it's not your particular gameplay, like I'm sure there's a lot of people who watch it and go, "Oh my god, look at this fucking idiot!" Shit. But if you're at that level, you might get a lot out of it.
Question from Noja. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Thank you. Do you all think it's a bit of a bad thing that so many people are hoping for the future of D2 reveal to be old stuff from D1? I know D1 had solid moments. It wouldn't be better to have new shit to look forward to that may overshadow the old stuff. That may overshadow the old stuff. Okay. Yes. Like D1. A lot of nostalgia there. It's where a lot of people started playing Destiny. It's where a lot of people started to get it's where the three of us started playing Destiny together. It's where our friendship started, for lack of a better term. I wouldn't know half the people in this chat without D1. And it's nostalgia. And it's nostalgia, and it sells. And people want that back.
Yeah.
But having old content remade in a new engine, as good as it's going to be, it's not going to recapture that nostalgia, and people are getting confused on that. I would rather see something new to build new memories around rather than the nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, I put out a tweet to this effect saying that like it was kind of disappointing that, well, not disappointing. It's just I find it more confusing than anything when people do this. It's like, oh, I really hope we get Trials back, and like just literally their whole list of hopes was solely about getting things back that we had. I think rose tinted glasses are cool, and it's important that we remember where we came from, but I don't think we're ever going to, Destiny's ever going to continue to be incredible if they just go and retread. I think that, my hope is that there is something that captivates people the way Trials did, not necessarily Trials itself. Maybe it's a different type of Trials. Maybe there's a reimagining of it, something. I don't know. But I would much rather see new things than revisit old things. And as much as it pains me to say, I would rather that with raids and things like that too than getting the VOG and all that stuff back. That'd be beautiful if it took no time, but it would take an enormous amount of work, and I would rather them invest that time and energy on new content rather than old stuff. So
same.
Yep, 100%. I agreed. Yeah. I just want some new planets and destinations. Bendy, that'd be great. That would be really, really good.
My thing for the for the future of Destiny is I still remember playing it and just thinking it was going to be like a sort of WoW open world rather than like bubbles. And I would love if there was new technology. Yeah, if there was new technology and it was a bit more sort of seamless between environments, because I just think they have so much lore now, and they have such a beautiful setting. Like everything's ready for that, but I feel like they've always had to just make these bubble encounters. I would love for Destiny to be way more open world and exploratory than what it is.
That would be great. But you've also got to remember that WoW is quite legitimately one big island. Or one big spack, like it's a big island with a spackle of
and I don't know if they could do that now because they've got planets now, right? So I don't
think they can do that in Destiny. Like that would be fantastic, but they would have to model Earth. They would have to model the moon. The each spot, it would be great to look.
I do see what Matt's saying. I 100% agree.
I do too. I do too. Yeah.
I think there's part of that too with it'd be really nice if we could start seeing, I know we get Xur and, there's a kind of a vendor on every planet, but there's no real the intricacy of the vendors just isn't on that MMO level where you go, you got to go to this guy and get that thing. And, there really is none of that. I'd love to see that expanded upon. But, for me, I think...
I don't think it fits, right? It doesn't fit anymore. It's sort of defined itself already. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it has. And I think that ship has, to some extent, sailed. I think, maybe if they added, little vendors that popped up, like what Xur does in different locations and stuff, from time to time that you needed to be, but I mean, at the end of the day, we know that the Destiny community would figure that out in fucking 15 minutes and there'd be a diagram on Reddit. You could just, there's this guy, he's there at the moment. No matter what, we're never going to get that kind of immersion in the world like that. So I don't think
it will happen because I just remember going into the Hellmouth, started on the moon and then went into the Hellmouth and then just finding these locked doors, like, oh my God, there's so many things to explore down here. And then it wasn't. actually
it was
like
very
that in the
heaps
game.
more linear. And I mean that is what the game is.
Yeah,
I think the most universal thing I've seen people hoping for is the cross save / cross play functionality.
Oh, that's what I was going to say before. So
I don't think
Sorry, mate, go on.
anyone in the world is like, nah, I don't want that. I mean,
No.
anyone who doesn't want that is an asshole. I'll be
a lot of
now.
people have tweeted at me. A lot of people have said this to me in my own chat and other chats that I've seen, is that they don't want it because PC will have they don't want cross play, but they don't want cross save because they think cross play and cross save are the same thing. Cross play, PC will have an advantage, and that may be the fact, but cross save would be fantastic. You look at cross play now. Dauntless, one of the new newish games that have just come out on Epic, and it's cross-play PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Is it?
Yeah, the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare apparently has been touted to be cross-play between PC, well. Xbox, and
cross-play
PlayStation.
Or cross-save? Cross-play.
No, cross-play. It's cross-play on Dauntless. I think it's cross-play on Modern Warfare. I'll have to double check.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Look. I mean, as someone who played on PC with a controller for a year and then converted to mouse and keyboard and got considerably worse at the game, I think there is a lot of fear about how well you could compete from a console against the PC crowd. I think, sure, at the absolute pinnacle of the game, there are people...
You're going to get beaten out.
Yeah. Like, there are people who on PC can and will fucking obliterate you. Like, and that there's a huge advantage there. But I think for the general run-of-the-mill, and, maybe there's an argument there for skill-based matchmaking needs to be prevalent if this is to fit. But a 1KD on each platform is still a 1KD, right? Like if you're being matched by that, whether you use a mouse or a controller or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I think, there are advantages. There are inherent advantages with a keyboard and a mouse and all that sort of shit. That's never going to change. But I just don't think that, it is going to be as brutal as what people think, because I did it. I
tend
did
to
it for
agree,
so
because
long.
I think I know that even though I've been playing, mouse and keyboard since D2 started now, I know that a average probably console player would probably still beat me.
Average console player would beat me with a controller. Every time. They've got that aim assist and all that sort of thing, and that's and it's also how they comfortably play too. Like, we are comfortable in our, like Matt and I at least, are very comfortable with PC because we like having our hands apart and all that sort of thing. But some people like having their hands close together, and they can do stupid shit.
Just to clarify, Nojo, I was kind of more meaning like in quick play, just not, comp is obviously a different beast, and I'm not going to try and speak on part of anyone who's super into comp because I'm super not.
No, the like cross save would be fantastic. It's definitely very muchly a streamer thing. However, I do know of a lot of people who would make the jump to PC, who would make the jump to PlayStation and Xbox and buy 3 copies of the game if they could just cross save and just play with everyone. Cross play, I can take or leave, but cross save, I would jump at the chance. I think
I mean, really, I think that cross play is the ultimate. Like, that is the pinnacle, and cross play with, the option to sort people by whether or not they're opt in playing against controllers only. Like, really, that's it, right? If you could sort by input method, then we're probably going to not have too many issues. But cross save, fucking oath. I've got all 3 platforms sitting here right now, and I own the game on all of them. I only play on PC because I cannot be fucked leveling characters on the other lot.
Yep,
that is it. That is the one hurdle. So
I'm plenty of times where I want to sit on the couch with a controller and not sit in my office.
You know what? I'm exactly the same thing as well. Like, if we got cross save or cross play, I'd go out and buy 2 consoles tomorrow as well, and I would have my Xbox, PlayStation out there, and out there, and I'd have my Xbox in here. Vice versa, rather. but like absolutely. So I could play with multiple people. Yeah. Something that Sassi touched on before. I would like to see an option to switch on veteran dialogue for PC. I know that's a very, very small thing, but like for those of us who made the jump immediately from as soon as it came out on PC, I would love to see veteran dialogue.
Yeah,
I know it's done. I know it's done, but like that'd be nice.
You know what? Ultimately, looking back in hindsight,
people are still coming over to Destiny.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Looking back in hindsight, imagine if they just had a little questionnaire. What content have you done? That's it. Like, what previous Destiny experience have you got?
Previously on Destiny, what did you? I played from this to this.
Yeah,
I've done this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
Well, you just list all the fucking expansions, and they just tick if they played it or not, or completed it.
Well, that's a thing as well. Like linking accounts, linking your Xbox to Bungie, linking your Battle.net to Bungie, and Bungie going, okay, this meshes together. This is what you'll see. Like that would be nice. That would be nice. But you know, like the ship may have already been the ship it's already sailed.
It's good. Isn't this good when me and Matt aren't the two people that are mispronouncing Menagenarium?
All
right, we're getting to the end, I think. I think we're talking ourselves to a standstill, but one thing that I want to ask, and we normally do this before anything super significant happens, is we're going to do it on two fronts this time because there's so much fucking happening next week. One, Feeler's prediction for something that will happen in the season of the Opulence. And then one Feeler's prediction for what Bungie are going to announce on next Friday or whenever it is.
So one thing for Season of Opulence.
Yep.
We are going to fight Korea Blade Transform and break the curse on the Dreaming City and finally get a resolution. And they're going to tease the triangle ships again. And one thing for the new...
Yeah, one thing that you think they're going to announce.
They're going to announce no more Destiny iterations. Destiny 2's it. We're just going to keep selling season passes.
Well,
you said outlandish, man. You fucking go, man. Don't fucking tell me to do like some crazy bullshit predictions and get shocked by it.
You know, I wasn't expecting something that brazen, but I actually don't think that would be the worst thing that could happen either. Like, if they're going to refine their systems to be able to update it more frequently, then fucking bring it. But I think, you know, the Tiger engine is apparently notoriously difficult for that. So, you know, who knows? Sassi,
I don't think that's that. I was going to say the same thing about teasing the triangle ships. Like that's not overly outlandish, but okay. So if you're going to go with that, Matty, I'm going to say that Aldrin is going to return to the tower and get shot in the face. But there will be a quest line to redeem his past crimes.
I like it.
Or they'll kick him out in the wild and this is how we talk out in the wild.
And he'll become the Raven or whatever, the Crow or whatever that character was. What was it called? The Crow? The Raven.
The white one.
You know, when Aldrin in the concept art before Destiny 1, he was that.
Yeah.
This is how we talk out in the wild, and his name trailer was something.
I can't remember.
But and something for D3 as I'll go. I'll go that they're staying on Battle.net, but they're doing another 6 months of annual pass model, but they're doing D3 March 2020 on a brand new engine.
I like it. I mean, I think it's a fucking incredibly short time frame for D3. But
switching to Epic Games Store.
I don't think they'll be switching to Epic. I think they'll be staying on Battle.
All right, my prediction for next week. you guys have lent heavily into story. I'm going to go with, I reckon the raid will be completed in between 8 and 10 hours. That is my prediction.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
I think there will be someone will rise that we are not seeing coming. The leveling of the playing field will be a masterstroke in that we're going to get another bus driver's effort from the
community.
Yeah, I think someone's going to come out of nowhere.
Prediction. It's a great prediction.
I think that, that's, anyway, hopes. What happens at Bungie's announcement next week, I think we're going to see something that will make the PvP players excited about the future. I think we're going to see they're going to elaborate on what will replace trials, what will take that spot, because clearly comp's not doing it. I think we're going to have the allusion to Season of the Shacks. I think there is going to be a specific focus put on this because they know that
that's a cool idea.
It's been
Season of the Red Jacks.
Yeah, to say sorry to all the Crucible players.
I think, I think that's. I'm not saying that they need to have, we all know that there's a gulf in content there and whatever. But I do think that there will be things that will come out of the thing next week that people will be genuinely excited about.
There's going to be a thing.
PvP will be excited about what they announce because I can't for the life of me fathom why they would do this kind of announcement saying, look, they broke the bad news early in that, look, up until after Opulence, you're not going to see anything for PvP. And they were completely honest with that. This is their chance. This is everyone's eyes on for this. So it's going to be cool. We're going to see something we don't expect, I think, too. That is the other thing. I think things will always take a tangent. Anyway, I've said enough vague shit to have covered just about every
one
base.
thing. You made the fucking rules. You spout off 10 different things, mate.
Yeah, I know. I've had a shocker. I mean, I was very specific
he made
about
the rules.
Yeah, I make the rules. I change them. Fuggies.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is about us for this week, the 1st of June, 2019, here at the DDU. Thank you very much to our live audience. You guys are pretty fucking fantastic for coming out. Thank you for the biddies, the resubs, the hosts, the follows, and most of all, thank you very much for your time. To our audio-only listeners, thank you very much for... yes, Matt. To our audio-only listeners, thank you very much for your continued patronage. If you have any questions, queries, doubtful points, let us know on Twitter at Mylan Games, at LogPowerSlave, at RealTimeSloth, at Destiny, at DDU_podcast. And for our YouTube people, if we've missed anything, let us know in the comments below. Please hit that subscribe button. We upload once a week. You won't get a notification because YouTube shit like that. But thanks for watching.
You might. I'll get them from Matt.
I don't. I legitimately don't. I've got them turned on every single one of my fucking devices. I don't get any notifications from you, Matt.
Wow.
That's okay because whether you get a notification or not,
because no one watches your content,
the law
rough
will find you at the mouth of a sand whale on the Leviathan. We'll see you next time.
The mouth of a sand whale.
Sand whale.
Yeah, that's what the Leviathan's based on. It's a fucking whales.
A whale shark, man.
Yeah.
Sand whale. Oh my God. All right. Stand by for a raid. We're going to go visit someone, but see you next week.